So when it comes to picking out my homeschool curriculum, my favorite thing to pick out is our family subjects. So history, science, enrichment, all of those things. And I don't think I'm alone. I think everybody kind of likes doing that. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So hi, my name is Angie. Welcome to my channel if you are new here, or welcome back if you have been coming for a while. This is the last video in my week of curriculum where I'm sharing everything we are planning to do for the 2021-2022 school year. And so like I said, in this video, I'm going to be talking about family subjects, and I am so excited to share with you. And if you see anything in what I share that you would like a closer look at, a flip through, a review if potentially we've been using it before, please request those down below. That way I can kind of prioritize what you guys are interested in and put out those videos. So I decided to split up my curriculum info into kind of 3 sections. So the first will be our primary family subjects. The second will be our enrichment loop. And then the third will be our nature stuff. So let me start with our primary family subjects. And what I mean by that is those things like history and science, geography, read alouds. We will be using Sonlight for all of those things. And I have recently put out a video as to why I'm switching to Sonlight, as well as an unboxing video. So I'll link both of those above if you want a little bit more details on those, but I'll share specifically what the plan is. So first, history. And Sonlight is known for its literature-rich curriculum, and so I have a lot of things to show you. So for history, we decided to go with HBL-K, or History, Bible, Literature, K for kindergarten. And I forgot to mention that what I'm talking about for these family subjects are really for my 2 big kids. So my 2nd grader and my 1st grader, my 7.5-year-old and 6-year-old, because as you saw yesterday when I talked a little bit more about my preschoolers, they're kind of in their own little category, so they're not participating in that. So I just wanted to make that clear before you thought maybe my 3-year-olds were doing this, but no, not my 3-year-olds, my 1st and 2nd graders. But the HBL I chose was K. Why I did that is because, one, it's been known to be a little bit more advanced. It's the new Sonlight core that they just put out, I think last year, to make the kindergarten year like an exposure to American history, because that's what the focus is of the HBL-K, is American history. And it is geared towards 5 to 6-year-olds, but like I said, I've heard that it is a little bit more advanced. And for me, I was interested in the American history aspect of it. So I think it's going to be a perfect fit. So with the HBL-K, I get Bible, history, and literature. And so I won't go through these books again. Like I said, I have an unboxing. So here's what the instructor guide looks like. I actually already put it in my big binder, so I'm obviously not going to go through that. It's just a lot of stuff, but that's what it looks like on the outside. But here is the stack of books we are going to be going through. So here is the timeline book, and then all of these books are our history books. So these are more of kind of spines and picture books, and it's going to be talking about things like the Pilgrims, Lewis and Clark, the first Americans, so Native Americans, you wouldn't want to be a Civil War soldier, and just things like that. So it covers American history. It's kind of the first run through, which I'm really excited because my kids haven't had that yet. And this feels like it's going to be kind of a gentle intro into some kind of tougher topics, historical topics. So that's the history stack of books. Yes, I get very excited about stacks of books. As for Bible, it is mostly this one. So I've already talked about this. We're actually currently using it, loving it. It's the 1-year Bible for children. And then there is a CD that helps with the Bible memory. So that all sounds great and wonderful, which I'm excited about having it scheduled out for me. So that is one of the big pluses for Sonlight. Then also in the HBL-K is all of the read alouds. You guys, I'm so excited for this. This probably makes me the most excited about this curriculum is all of these wonderful titles like Silver Balloon, The Heartwood Hotel, oh, so many good ones. This is where I feel like we have made so many memories with our read aloud choices since we've started homeschooling, which is probably why I tend towards the literature-based curriculums, all the books. So that's our stack of read alouds. As for the other primary kind of family subject for my older 2 kids is science, and I decided on Sonlight Science. And like I said, I have those previous videos that you can go take a look at and hear kind of my reasoning behind that, but I'm really excited. So the level I chose is Sonlight Science A, and it covers light and sound waves, biological features, space systems, and engineering design, which I think sounds really fun. and it has some just great books associated with it. So there's some engineering books, there's human body books, there's a lot of kind of germs and Louis Pasteur, which I think they have kind of a biography of a famous scientist every year. So the microbiologist in me really wanted to pick Science A. So I'm really excited about that. And then there's like an inventor's book. So we are, well, I am. I don't know if my kids are as excited as I am, but I'm excited to do this with them. I've really struggled in the science realm, so I think this will really help us out. I haven't gotten my instructor's guide or my kit yet because it comes with all the materials I need for our science experiments, and that's coming I think in August, which is a bummer, but I did print off the free sample, and as you can see it covers things like the encyclopedia, the activity sheets, here's the experiments, and then here's kind of the read alouds, and then it goes through supplies, and then it describes in the instructor's guide how to do the experiments, and then it has the activity sheets, which I printed off one here, and they're full color and they just look really pretty. And so yes, I'm very excited about that. So that's kind of our primary family subjects. I feel like, my gosh, if we got all of that done, that would be beautiful and wonderful, and we would have such a good year. But I do have a couple other things that I want to include on a more intermittent basis, so not all the time, but I think they're beautiful resources and I want to enrich my kids with them. So I'm thinking of doing kind of an enrichment loop. And once I get my schedule all figured out, I will share it more with you, because I'm thinking that's going to be kind of one day a week. We'll do this enrichment loop and just rotate through these resources. That's my plan. So here, I grabbed all the resources. They're always heavy books, but here they are. So here are the resources that I am thinking of using in our loop, and I'll just run through them fairly quickly. So the first being Artistic Pursuit, which I have shared in our favorites video how much I've been really enjoying this program. We got, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have even brought this up. We got the whole kit. Like I said, I just really need the help on the planning, and so I got the whole kit, and it really helps us prioritize art, so that will be part of the loop. The next thing in this stack is this book, which I feel like a lot of homeschoolers have, but it is a very beautiful book. It is a very large book. It's basically a poem a day, which I like this because no matter when we do fit it in, we can just look up that day. And we can just use this for many years because we probably won't overlap the same exact date. And then the next one, I've also had this resource for a while. So that's Vincent's Starry Night and Other Stories, A Children's History of Art. I've enjoyed this. We've enjoyed the stories in here for the last couple years. I pulled this out. It is definitely one of those just really neat reference books that can sometimes lead to nice and fun rabbit trails. Okay, another resource I have is, there went the CD with it, is The Story of the Orchestra. And this has music involved with it, but it talks about the different instruments. It talks about how an orchestra is set up, all the different people involved and things like that. So we don't do any kind of music in our homeschool. I am just not very musical. I didn't even take piano lessons growing up. So I'm still kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I do with music? I do science really well. I do math really well. Music, not so much. So I thought this would be kind of just a really fun resource. And then another thing I want to do more of, especially with my big kids, it's upside down, is fairy tales. So I got the Andrew Lane's The Blue Fairy book. There's like the red fairy, the green fairy, the yellow fairy. There's a couple different books, but they're more of the unabridged, longer fairy tales, not the picture book fairy tales. And I just think there's so much value in fairy tales, and I have been reading more about that just to really highlight the moral lessons that can be learned in fairy tales with good versus evil, and just how rich and deep some of those stories can be. So I don't want to miss out on anything like that. So I'm going to be including that in our loop as well. And then the last thing I have is a nature lore sort of idea. So these are nature stories, and they're like 1 page long. And they're just really cute, and they kind of have morals behind them as well. And I might include this more on like a week we're planning to do a nature outing. Not sure exactly, but I have the resource, and so I'm excited to use it. But that I'm calling that kind of our enrichment loop. And so that's the second thing. The third thing is nature. And so this year we are planning on meeting up with some good friends of ours and doing a nature day. And I'm so thankful for these ladies. And the plan is just kind of meet once a month, and we are tentatively planning on using this curriculum, Exploring Nature with Children. I've had this for a number of years, and I've used a little bit here, a little bit there, but I've always found it to be a little bit advanced for my kids, but I think they're coming into a sweet spot for that. So that's the plan. I'm not sure how it's exactly going to go out, but irregardless, it'll be a wonderful time spent with friends and in nature. And once a month is definitely doable because I feel like I tried to do more in the past and then I would just fall off the wagon entirely and not do any nature. So I'm really looking forward to kind of that accountability and the fact that it's on the schedule. So that's kind of our third big family subject for the big kids. So that was all the curriculum I wanted to share for this upcoming year. Again, I just get really excited about this, more excited than I do about math and phonics. And so I think it's going to be a really exciting year, a really fun year, lots of good learning. I think it's all very developmentally appropriate, so wish us luck. It's going to be fun. Anyway, I would love to hear from you. What are some of the subjects you are planning to kind of do together, your family subjects? What's one, you can share more, but the one you are looking forward to the most, the one that you just think will be so beautiful and so fun to learn, to really get your kids excited about, whatever it is. Mine probably is the science, let's be honest. So anyway, that is all I have for this video. Please consider liking the video if you liked it and subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you in the next homeschooling video. All right, have a wonderful day. Okay.